Hey guys, and welcome to another video. And today we're going to be trying to see how far we can get mapping. If you guys don't remember, last time we got through the first couple white maps, but this time I'm looking to try to get into yellow maps and try to improve our character in as much as we can. I've also taken the liberty of trying to improve some of my gear a little bit. So as I mentioned last time, I started speccing into Expedition on my Atlas skill tree, and so we now have about a 50% chance, slightly higher with all of these nodes, to encounter Expedition. And so I actually got a logbook off camera and ran it, and I did a ROG logbook, which meant that I was able to get some scrap metal and some artifacts, so I was able to re-roll some stuff. So we're going to do that first. I actually did a little bit off camera, and I managed to get a decent pair of boots to start out with, so we're probably going to use these for a while. My only problem with them is they do not have the right sockets, so we're going to need to get that before we can actually use those, but we will be using those eventually. They're much better than these boots, so... I also saved our Kirak Vault Pass to open with you guys. I figured you guys might want to watch me open that rather than me just open it on off camera. So let's just go over there now. That would be over here in the corner in case you didn't know. I believe the first reward is some respec points for the tree along with some missions, which are both going to be very helpful for me while I'm working on my mapping. Got those Orbs of Unmaking, and 3 nice Atlas missions from Kirak. Sweet. So let's head back, and let's get started on mapping. Now, one thing I'm going to be doing a lot of, or at least looking out for, is I would really like chromatic orbs. As you can see, I have 0. I spent every single chromatic orb I had trying to get the correct sockets on these, but 2 red and 2 blues is not easy to get on an armor and evasion rating thing. So we're gonna have to do a little work to get it. So for now, we're just gonna keep it in there, and we're going to start mapping. So I will see you guys in the Crystal Ore map. One thing I've really started to like about this character is the fact that I can get through things quickly, but I don't have to stand around and wait. Meaning, like, I can, for example, I can run up to this pack right here and just place some totems, but then I can run right past them, and I will know if I drop something good because it'll appear on both my minimap and I'll hear a sound for it. So I actually don't have to stay in the pack while the totems kill it. I can just run past it, which is a nice little feature. Now, our goal for this video will probably be to hit yellow maps like I mentioned, but I would also absolutely love to get some better gear for my character. Even some better currency to buy some better gear would be great. So, our little side mission, if you will be to try to get some Divine Orbs, maybe some Chaos Orbs, or just anything I can sell for some currency. Because right now, we are dirt poor, and it would be very nice if I could get a little more currency to buy some better gear with, because that would enable us to be set up really well for red maps as well as bossing later in. And it also means Expedition won't be as scary, because even though Expedition generally is fine, you can get some pretty nasty ones, and I have been surprised multiple times by enemies that have so much life regeneration I can't kill them. So I would like to stop having that happen if possible. Also, we just got a level. I need to check my path of building, because I don't know where I am going. Alright, some suppression, movement speed, very nice. And we're going to keep going. One of the modifiers that was on this map, in case I didn't show you guys in the beginning, is the monsters have one of the packs anyways, has a 4% chance of just dropping Scouring Orbs. So hopefully we get a lot of those out of here, and it sure looks like we're getting quite a few. So that is really nice. That is another map down. Let's head to the next one. I forgot my hotkey. It's almost habit to just go in my inventory and click portals because I've played the game for so long. So if I keep going in here and clicking the portal scrolls, it's not because I'm stupid, it's because I have habits. Alright. I will happily take some fresh maps from my boy Kirak. Let's just run that tier 2 while we're at it. If possible, I like to try to run maps in tier order, because it makes me feel like I'm progressing in a level way and I'm not. Oh. Ooh. Accompanied by a Harbinger. Hold that thought. That is a really interesting modifier. I am going to happily put that on the Vultures. That's a very cool modifier. Guess we're getting some Harbies. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't even know. Doesn't matter. That's a Herbie. I like that modifier. That's a really cool modifier. Hopefully there's other cool stuff besides just Harbingers. I can only imagine if there are Harbingers, there could be other things too. Which would be pretty neat. You know, I purposely have my graphics decent so that you guys can see what I'm doing all nicely, but there's so much going on my screen that the game itself is having to blur my screen so that I don't lag out. I'm not even going to chase the Delirium. There's so much going on, I'd rather just take my time and pick up my stuff. Let's see. Ooh. That's pretty nice. I don't know if that cluster's worth anything, but that's definitely a cool Delirium Orb. I got a couple of those in, I don't remember if it was the last episode or if it was off camera, but I have 2 other Delirium Orbs. They're both bad ones, but nonetheless, it still gives me the opportunity to run a Delirium map if I choose to at one point. But that's not going to be for a long time. Delirium maps are quite scary. That's a big dude. Get out of here, punk. Sweet. You know, if you guys have any suggestions for things I can do with the build to make it better besides what I'm already following on the build guide, be sure to let me know. I'm more than happy to take some advice if you have any. Oh yeah, look at all those nice chromatic orbs. Now I just... oh, I picked up a stupid shield. Well, no thanks. Sweet. Awesome. Okay. Well, only 4 of... more than I can count to go. 2 Chaos Orbs, it's fine. I could really use a Divine Orb. Oh yeah, in case you guys didn't notice, I mentioned how there were some Expedition monsters that I was having trouble killing. I took the liberty of adding Flame Surge into directly as a skill, because I wasn't doing enough damage to beat their life regeneration, but I don't have the sockets to link it to my flammability and all the other things that it is normally linked to. So I just have it as its own skill, and I've just been casting it in case I come across an enemy that I can't kill. Also, here's the map boss. Can't imagine. Map bosses that have multiple guys are my strong suit because the explosive arrows hit all of them. And that's the map. Sweet. We're going to go through here. I think the plan for now is I'm just going to come up through probably this side. And then I will branch off to Essence first. Anyway, on to the next map. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I already have some of those. Some lesser shrines, don't mind if I do. One thing that's nice about this build is the fact that the tunnels are very close together and windy, which makes it so that if I am shooting lots of arrows from my totems, they get stuck in the walls, and even if they're not hitting an enemy, they're still taking explosion damage from the arrows on the walls. An Adrenaline Staff, that's nice. Oh, I got a Breach and an Expedition, sweet. Oh, it's Gwen, though. I know a lot of people, or some people anyway, enjoy Gwenin gambling for items. I really do not. I feel like I've never gotten a single thing out of her that's worth keeping, no matter how many times I've invested into getting her currency and her artifacts. So I just outright avoid her if possible. I don't find her that entertaining personally. I'd much rather do Rog or Tujin. Also, big spider map boss. Get out of here. There we go. And dead. It's nice that I can set up all the totems beforehand on a monster that's in an essence, so that way I'm able to just kill it instantly rather than having to build up my damage like a lot of builds. I could set up all my totems, I could throw my brand down, and get pretty much everything set to just wallop it before it even has the chance to attack me. So we've got a breach over here, so may as well do that. And I didn't even kill it. As long as I get those sweet breach rings, I'm fine though. The fact it always throws me off a little bit that they just added that corrupted items can be identified, because they never used to be like that. It was always that corrupted items always drop identified, and they always were unmodifiable, but it feels like they keep adding more and more ways to modify them slowly, which I'm not complaining about. I just find interesting because that was never the way it was before. It always felt like corrupted items were something that wasn't really meant to be touched, and it was just supposed to be left the way it was. But it feels like increasingly there's been ways to modify them or use them that were never there before, which is fine, but interesting in my opinion. Give me all those runic monsters. For those of you who don't really invest in Expedition, all the money from Expedition that you can make comes from those big skull, these guys right here, the stakes that have big skulls on the top. Those are runic monsters, and they have a chance of dropping the artifacts and logbooks that sell for so much money. So those are what I'm always going for. And I'm always trying to go for the artifacts, and sorry, not the artifacts, the remnants, excuse me, which are the things that buff the monsters. I'm always trying to go for the ones that give the monsters an increased chance of dropping Expedition logbooks. Quantity of items is okay too, but Expedition logbooks is by far my #1 priority when it comes to Expedition remnants. Alright, well, we got a little bit of stuff out of that map. We got an Adrenod staff, some breach rings, nothing too crazy, but nothing I'll complain about. And now I think we'll do some Kirac missions, because I have a couple white ones, and those also refreshes, that's the wrong tab. They refresh his inventory of map selection, which means that I can get myself some maps from him. Okay, well, Kirac, what you got for me? Fields I haven't done, cells I haven't done, and I have the foundry. Stack of divination cards, smuggler's cache. Well, I've got a little treat for you guys, because guess what? After switching tabs from the last video, pushed the stop recording button to try and figure out how to get PoE trade macro to show with OBS, which I believe I did, but in the process, I forgot to click the start recording button again, so the past almost hour of footage that I had for you guys is just gone. So I guess I'll just give you guys a little update. We ran a couple more maps and got a couple things, and then we went over to ROG and I did some ROG crafting. We didn't get anything too amazing, but we got a couple items worth 20 Chaos Orbs, and I wish I had it, but I just sold the gloves, a pair of gloves I got off of him for 50 Chaos Orbs. So we made some money, and now I have my funny number Chaos Orb pile right here, but even that funny number can't make me happy after I just lost almost an hour of footage. But fear not, I am a teenager with no time and no life, which means I'm more than happy to run a couple more maps. So let me trade in these fragments, and we can keep going, because I have nothing better to do. But it is a little frustrating that I spent almost an hour recording and lost all of it. Oh well. Well, I guess it happens. I am stuck. That's nice. Anyway, well, now that that travesty has been resolved, I guess, we may as well do another map or two. We can do the Primordial Pool. You know, if I got a Divine Orb, that would fix everything. But this game is very hit or miss with whether it listens to you. And I'm not allowed to have streamer luck because I'm not a streamer. So, that doesn't work. Alright, well, let's get into it. Oh, there's Tujen. You know, I would even go as far as to say, if I get an Expedition logbook, I would call that a win. And especially if I can do some more Rog crafting. I mean, I already got 50 Chaos Orbs off of him, which is a win in my book, so I'll happily take it. I probably could have upped the price on that item a little bit before I sold it in all reality, but it's fine. I'd rather sell something for a lower price than end up keeping it in my stash for a really long time and having to slowly lower the price until eventually it just gets to the price I would have initially listed it at anyways. And plus, these starter items are going to be more desirable at the beginning of the league too. So I think I'm better off trying to sell items that I get off of Rag that aren't Rag. Items that I get off of Rog that are not as good, but good starter items early on because more people will be looking to buy them. Alright, 2 logbook ones, I'll take it. That's not bad. Logbook. Yes, I am. I hope you lose all of them. Also, we got, in the other footage I didn't mention, we found an ultimatum and I got revenge on the Trial Master. We didn't make it through all 10 rounds, but we didn't die to any flaming skulls unlike last time. So that's nice. Chaos Orb. Damage. I don't want your coins, I want a logbook. See? You ask and you shall receive. And it's not all Gwenin, so I'm happier, because I hate Gwenin. Well, if anything, this video, I can definitely say that I managed to get a lot more currency, and I have a new pair of boots that I'm waiting to put on, so that's nice too. And hopefully with that currency, I might be able to buy myself a little bit of better armor. I think my #1 goal right now is I'd really just like to buy myself the 6-link short, 6-link short bow, or a 6-link chest piece. It doesn't have to be a good one, and neither does the short bow because I can craft on them. But either one of those would make a huge difference, and I think I'd prefer the chest plate just because I'm still wearing Tabula Rasa. Well, that brings up a problem, though, because in order for me to use a 6-link chest piece, I need to move all of the gems from here into the bow I'm going to get, because the bow is going to end up having modifiers like +1 to all bow gems, I think, or +1 to all gems socketed in the item. So that means in order for me to actually move my gems over, I need to get a bow first, so I guess that is my #1 priority. Bow, then chest plate. Until then, I'm just going to be maining a Tabula Rasa. But I'm thinking now we've got ourselves a little, an expedition logbook. Some Black Scythe mercenaries. I can't say I would be disappointed in a little Tujen action, so let's go for it. I would love some currency. And you know what's funny is these logbooks probably sell for more than I'm actually going to make out of running them, but I like running them, so I don't really care. And last but not least, all the way back to the beginning. Get that skull over there. Alright, and let's go for it. I just leave all the items on the ground when I'm running expeditions. I'll just kill everything and then I'll go back and pick them up afterwards. Oh my goodness, I am so close to death. Oh! Dang it. Well, that's unfortunate. I think I had corrupting blood on me. Oh yeah, they all inflict bleeding. I think I was bleeding would be my guess. Where's the dude who killed me? Oh, he's over here. And I don't have any more flash charges. Oh my god, it's so fast. Why is he so fast? Wait, do I still have... No. Okay. I don't know why I was gaining... I guess you just gain flash charges slowly. I didn't even notice that. Alright. Well. Oh. And he's not the only one. Oh, there he is. No, get away from me, please. Yes, just die. Nobody liked you anyway. And a breach ring. I'll take a breach ring. Also, we got a vault pass. A map containing the Sacred Grove. That seems kind of lame, but that's fine. Oh. I didn't even notice this. That's a cool scarab. That is definitely going to be nice if when I spec into Harbinger later, so I'm going to hold on to that. Bunch of... Oh. I've learned from my time doing Expedition that... Oh my goodness. That those guys that ran over and stick their hand in the ground and like pull it back out and make a mini explosion, those guys actually do quite a lot of damage. So I have to be a little careful with them. Those guys, the rampagers. Although, I'm gonna be honest, after Act 10 when I used that... Or not Act 10, Act 5. After Act 5 when I used that All-Flame Ember that made meat sacks that are the same model as those guys, I might just start calling those guys meat sacks. I like that better. And... another breach ring, I'll take it. Nothing too crazy, but you know what? I would argue that that was a pretty good expedition thing. I might have died once, but... you know, I got a lot of stuff out of it. So, it was worth it. And honestly, I expected to be dying more after having a Tabula Rasa on. So, no complaints from me. Really could be a lot worse. This is actually going really, really well. This build's really coming together, and the fact that I have some currency now means I'll probably go shopping to get myself some better gear. I'm actually going to just wait on the incubator because I'm probably going to buy stuff. Well, after a little soul searching on the trade website, I'm going to get myself a Diadian Dawn belt. I think that's how you say it. It's a belt that basically just makes it so that my ignites are going to deal a lot of damage a lot faster. What is this hideout? My eyes. Actually, that's kind of cool. Thank you, sir. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. You can see that he made it out of sticks and other stuff. That's actually pretty cool. Alright, well, you know what? I don't want a talisman anyway. How much is this belt worth? Probably not much, but I'm willing to take a little peek. 1 chaos. Yep, that's about what I expected. Well, I have the belt I'm going to use for endgame now, so that's a plus. And it's good for damage, so, and it gives me resist. Although, now I'm low on lightning resist. Which I can't craft on there, or there. Alright, well, now I just opened a whole hole of problems, so unfortunately, I think I'm going to need to get myself a piece of jewelry that's going to need to be better. Let's just see if this guy responds to me. Let's go. Alright. We're going to get ourselves a nice amulet, and our character is getting better. Oh, he's got the turtle hideout. That's really cool. I'm jealous. I don't have the money to spend on cosmetics right now, but this turtle is really cool. I wish I had the turtle hideout. I'm a little jealous, I will admit. But anyway, awesome. So we got ourselves a better amulet, or much better, and we got a better belt. This should make our lives a lot easier. Awesome. Alright, well, next up, I mean, this helmet sucks. These gloves are okay, I guess. What are my resists at? Fire and cold. You know what? I think I can do cold and chaos. That would be good to have on at least something. I'm going to need a little chaos resistance. Oh, I don't have that unlocked. I need to do Jun. God dang it. Okay. I'm going to have to do Jun at one point. I don't get master missions anymore, so I'm going to need to get scarabs for her, which is kind of odd, but that's fine. I need to get myself some betrayal scarabs, because I need to get her crafting recipes from the items that you unveil. But, you know what? I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will probably do a little bit of grinding off camera. I'll stand in front of my big trophies so I feel special. And I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you have a great day.